Listen, I'm not here to be nice. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm here to wake you up. Too many people are walking around asleep, living life on autopilot, making the same mistakes, running from the same problems, blaming the same circumstances, and they wonder why nothing changes. It's because they refuse to stop being stupid. Yeah, I said it, stupid. And I don't mean lack of intelligence, I mean lack of effort, lack of awareness, lack of discipline. See, stupidity isn't about what you don't know, it's about what you refuse to learn. It's about knowing better, but not doing better. Life is tough, but excuses won't get you anywhere. You can blame your past, your circumstances, your upbringing, or even the people around you, but at the end of the day, none of that changes your reality. Excuses are the easy way out. They make you feel better in the moment, but they keep you stuck in the same place. You say you don't have time, but you waste hours scrolling through your phone. You say you don't have opportunities, but you never put yourself in a position to create them. You say you're waiting for the right moment, but the truth is, you're just scared to start. Excuses rob you of growth. They take away your power. The more you make them, the more they control you. Every time you come up with a reason why you can't, you're reinforcing a mindset of failure. You're training yourself to believe that your limitations are permanent when they're really just a reflection of your choices. Life will never hand you the perfect conditions. If you keep waiting for everything to be easy, you'll be waiting forever. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who had it the easiest. They're the ones who found a way despite their struggles. They pushed through when it was hard, they kept going when they didn't feel like it, and they refused to let excuses define their future. It's time to take responsibility. It's time to stop looking for reasons why you can't and start focusing on what you can do. It's time to stop talking about your problems and start working on solutions. Every time you hear yourself making an excuse, stop. Catch yourself. Ask yourself if that excuse is helping you or holding you back. Because the truth is, success doesn't care about excuses. Growth doesn't care about excuses. Life moves on with or without you, and the only question is, are you going to step up? Or are you going to keep sitting on the sidelines making excuses while watching other people win? Stupidity is repeating mistakes without learning. Smart people fail, but they analyze, adjust, and rise stronger. Failure is not the enemy, stagnation is. Every successful person you admire has failed, not once, not twice, but countless times. The difference is, they didn't let failure define them. They used it to refine them. They didn't quit when things got tough. They studied their mistakes, made the necessary changes, and came back stronger. You see, failure is a lesson in disguise. It's a mirror showing you where you need to grow, where you need to improve, and what you need to change. But if you ignore those lessons, if you let failure break you instead of build you, then you are choosing to stay stuck. The problem isn't failing, it's refusing to learn from it. Too many people let failure become their identity. They fail once and suddenly they believe they're failures. They stop trying, they stop pushing, and they start telling themselves a story that they aren't good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But that's not the truth. The truth is, failure is proof that you tried. It's evidence that you stepped out of your comfort zone, that you took a risk, that you dared to do something different. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try. And if you never try, you'll never grow. If you never grow, you'll never achieve anything beyond what you already have. Every failure holds a lesson. but you have to be willing to see it. When you fall, don't just get back up. Ask yourself why you fell in the first place. What went wrong? What could you have done differently? What did that failure teach you about yourself? The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who learn how to fall forward. They take their failures and turn them into fuel. They use every setback as a setup for a comeback. Because in the end, failure is only permanent if you let it be. It's only a dead end if you refuse to find another way. But if you choose to learn, to grow, and to keep going despite the obstacles, then every failure will only bring you one step closer to success. If you keep company with fools, you'll become one. The people around you influence your mindset, your habits, and your future more than you realize. Look at the 5 closest people in your life. That's a reflection of where you're headed. If they are driven, disciplined, and focused, you will naturally rise to their level. If they are lazy, negative, and complacent, you will sink to. Energy is contagious, and whether you like it or not, the company you keep either builds you up or tears you down. Too many people stay in circles that keep them stuck. They hold on to friendships that add no value, relationships that drain them, and environments that limit their potential. They spend their time around people who make excuses, complain about life, and settle for mediocrity. And over time, without even realizing it, they start thinking the same way, acting the same way, and living the same way. You cannot expect to grow if you're constantly surrounded by people who don't want to see you evolve. You cannot reach higher if the people around you are comfortable staying low. The right people will challenge you. They will push you to be better, to think bigger, and to hold yourself accountable. They won't let you make excuses. They won't allow you to settle, and they won't sit back and watch you waste your potential. The right people inspire you to keep going when you feel like quitting, and they remind you of your worth when you start to doubt yourself. They don't compete with you. They push you to compete with the best version of yourself. They're the coffee that motivates you so that you drink to keep you from being yourself. If you want to succeed, you need to be around people who are going places, people who have a vision, people who refuse to accept anything less than excellence. But that also means you have to be willing to cut ties with the wrong people. It doesn't matter how long you've known someone. If they are holding you back, it's time to move on. If they don't support your growth, they don't deserve a front row seat in your life. Loyalty should never come at the expense of your future. Growth requires sacrifice, and sometimes that sacrifice is letting go of people who are comfortable with you staying the same. You need to surround yourself with people who elevate your thinking, fuel your ambition, and bring out the best in you. Because the truth is, you will either rise to the level of your environment or you will fall to it. Choose wisely. Stupidity often comes from acting without thinking. Impulse is easy. It's the knee-jerk reaction, the quick decision, the emotional response that feels right in the moment but costs you later. Discipline, on the other hand, is hard. It requires self-control, patience, and the ability to delay gratification. The difference between success and failure, between growth and stagnation, between strength and weakness, often comes down to one simple thing. Can you control yourself, or do your impulses control you? People ruin their potential because they chase instant gratification. They spend money they don't have on things they don't need instead of saving and investing for the future. They skip workouts because they don't feel like going instead of showing up even when it's inconvenient. They waste hours scrolling through their phones, binge watching, and procrastinating instead of using that time to build skills, work on their goals, or improve their lives. Impulses promise short-term pleasure, but they always lead to long-term regret. Every time you give in to impulse, you sacrifice your future for temporary comfort. Every time you let your emotions dictate your actions, you give away control of your life. Discipline is what separates those who achieve from those who wish. It's the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early, putting in the work, and making the right choices, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Discipline is what keeps you focused when distractions are everywhere. It's what makes you say no to temptations that would throw you off track. It's what allows you to stay committed to your vision, even when progress feels slow, even when success seems far away, even when quitting feels like the easier option. Every time you act on impulse, you train yourself to be weak. Every time you choose discipline, you train yourself to be strong. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who always feel motivated. They're the ones who have built habits that keep them moving forward regardless of how they feel. They don't make emotional decisions that sabotage their progress. They don't let fleeting desires dictate their destiny. How can you look in the mirror, engage in discipline, and awaken the power of your senses? They don't let fleeting desires dictate their destiny. They operate with purpose, with strategy, with control. They understand that self-mastery is the key to real freedom, because at the end of the day, discipline isn't about restriction, it's about power. The power to choose your future over your feeling. The biggest act of stupidity? Doubting yourself. The greatest mistake you can make is underestimating what you are capable of. Too many people live their entire lives trapped by fear, limited by self-doubt, and paralyzed by the belief that they aren't good enough. They convince themselves that success is for other people, that greatness is for someone more talented, more fortunate, more deserving. But the truth is, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your mindset. Everything you admire in others, the confidence, the discipline, the skill, the success, it all started with belief. Before anyone achieves anything, they have to first believe that it's possible. If you don't believe in yourself, you won't even try. If you don't believe in yourself, you won't put in the effort, won't take the risks, won't push through the challenges. Your mind will always find reasons why you can't, why you shouldn't, why it won't work. And if you listen to that voice of doubt, you will prove yourself right. You will stay exactly where you are, never reaching the potential that is waiting for you. But belief is a choice. You don't need anyone's permission to believe in yourself. You don't need validation, approval, or a guarantee of success. You just need to decide that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are willing to do what it takes. When you start believing in yourself, everything changes. You stop making excuses. You stop letting fear control you. You stop looking at obstacles as reasons to quit and start seeing them as opportunities to grow. People will doubt you. People will question you. People will tell you that your dreams are unrealistic, that your goals are too big, that you should settle for something safer, easier, more practical. But those people don't know what's inside of you. They don't see the fire, the hunger, the determination. And they don't have to, because it's not their job to believe in you. It's yours. Greatness is not reserved for a chosen few. It's available to anyone who has the courage to believe in themselves and the discipline to do the work. It doesn't matter where you started, what challenges you've faced, or what anyone else thinks about you. What matters is that you stop doubting, stop hesitating, and start acting like the person you were meant to be. Because the only limits that exist are the ones you refuse to break. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop doubting, and for once in your life, make a decision that your future self will thank you for. Because being smart isn't about what you know, it's about what you do.